for today's morning sip with Rev Melissa. And sip is what, y'all? What's sip? Sip is spirit and practice, because that is what we are all about. We are about the practice, the practice, the practice. Yes, the perfection is in the practice. So that's what we focus on. So we started a new series yesterday, and we're combining morning sip with the New York Times 10-day fresh start challenge. Vanessa, did you all sign up for the fresh start challenge? Nan, did you sign up? Linda? New York Times fresh start challenge. It is on my I Am Rev Melissa Facebook page. You can find all the information there. And so yesterday was day one, and we combined day one about feelings. How are you feeling, with how I was feeling yesterday, which was distracted. I was feeling distracted, and we had this whole conversation about distractions yesterday. Right, Lindsay? And so we're going to continue that conversation today. So your homework was to really check in and see how are you feeling? And I printed out the feeling words that the New York Times provided. So I looked at the list this morning. I said, I woke up, went in my office, and I said to myself, Melissa, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling today, girl? And I said, let me look at the list and see if there's a word here that captures how I'm feeling today, Tim. Today, I'm feeling eager. I'm feeling eager, Heike. That's how I'm feeling today. And then I realized that word eager is under their heading, because they put the different feeling combinations under different headings. And so eager is under the heading of aliveness and joy. I was like, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. So I'm all about that. I am all about that, Kathy. So how are you feeling today? It's important that we can identify our feelings. Identify how we are feeling, right? To do that internal check-in, because where does distraction start? Distraction starts from within. Sometimes we think outside things make us distracted. Nothing makes us anything, right? There is nothing external to us, to who we are, that makes us anything. It's all within. It's all within. Whenever someone says to me, oh, but he made me so mad. Oh, she made me so upset. Oh, she made me so angry. Oh, no. She didn't make nothing that has anything to do with you. They might have supported in triggering something, right? But all of that activity is happening within. And where does it get resolved? It gets resolved within, right? It's all within. Within is where the treasure is. That's what the Tao Te Ching says, and it is the truth. So we got through day one, and we're just carrying day one forward, right? We are accumulating, right? We don't do day one and then drop it. We don't do it again, right? Every day we're asking ourselves, how am I feeling today? How am I feeling today? So I just want to remind everyone, the definition of distraction that we're working with is to draw away or divert as the mind, right? The mind draws away or diverts, right? And we said yesterday that distraction is really disaction. There is no traction. When you break down that word distraction, oh, it's just so juicy, because you got traction in there, you got action in there, you got dis in there, right? So just thought about dissing yourself. Don't diss yourself, right? Don't diss yourself, right? Do your work. Don't diss yourself. So lack of traction. Distraction starts from within. And so we want to have traction. And how do we get traction? We get traction by being in action, right? So anything that pulls us forward, that pulls us toward that which we intend is good traction. It's good traction. And I shared yesterday these studies that are showing that our brain refocuses us 4 times in a second. That's just mind-boggling to me. 4 times in a second, our brain refocuses us. And, I did some digging because I got really curious about that. And there's so much research about our neurological responses and all the different aspects of the brain, right? And how these different sectors of the brain goes into action, right? Especially when we are feeling certain things, right? And so, regardless of what we are feeling, right? The brain is seeking to respond to something that may be discomfort, uncomfortable, that might be stressful, that might be causing something that is unfamiliar. And so it gets the brain's attention. It's like, what is that? What? She don't normally do that. What's going on right now? What's going on, right? And then it seeks to refocus you on what it knows, right? What's in that groove, right? In the subconscious mind. It seeks, right? 4 seconds, 4 times in a second. It seeks to okay, let's go back to familiar land. Let's go back to the comfort zone, right? So our emotions, our feelings are an opportunity. They're a tool that we can use to start to peel back the layers to get to the root. Because although I felt distraction yesterday and I felt distracted, I knew that wasn't really what was going on with me, right? That was just the top layer. And as I sat with myself throughout the day, as I checked in with myself throughout the day, I said, Melissa, what is that really about? Like, what is that really about for you? And I started to peel it back, right? So for me, underneath distraction is anxiety. I said, I was feeling some anxiety. I said, well, what are you feeling anxious about? So I had to sit with that. I said, okay. And for me, the peeling back of the layers for me works best for me is through writing. So I'll ask myself a question. What are you feeling anxious about? And then I wait for the answer to appear on the page because I'm getting in touch with that inner part of me. Usually it's my little girl. Usually it's little Melissa, right? To give her the opportunity to express, to voice, to give her a voice. Yes? And so all of this is occurring within me. And what's ever present, never leaving, is my higher self, my inner trueness, my inner wisdom that knows all that there is to know about all of me, So I'm in tune with my intuition. I'm in tune with my higher self, which for me is God, right? Is love, is joy expressing as me. And I'm peeling back distraction, right? I'm peeling it back. So someone might be saying, but what if it's a good feeling? What if you feel good? Like, what if you woke up yesterday and you said, how do you feel today, Melissa? And you said joy, right? I feel joy. That's wonderful. So then what am I peeling back? What I'm peeling back is what I'm feeling in alignment with what I'm doing, right? Because I told y'all, the mind is a tricky little booger. So we're looking for alignment. If you're feeling joy, then your activity, right, should be an experience of joy. You are expressing joy, right? Alignment. alignment. I have traction and joy. That's harmony. So go forth. Go forth with your joy self and do you, right? However, when there are other emotions, like for me yesterday, distraction, and I started to peel it back and I discovered anxiety and I sat with that and then I peeled that back. And what was under the anxiety for me? Fear. Fear. So I was like, what are you doing here, fear? Haven't I dealt with you? What are you doing back here again? Right? Sat with fear. What is this fear about? What is the fear inviting me to heal? Right? And so I sat with that. And I asked the question, what do you fear? And what comes up on the page? What came up on the page was, I fear that I'm not good enough. I'm getting ready to step into something big in my life, something I've never done before. And what bubbled up first was distraction, then anxiety, then fear, and then that uncovered the root, right? That root core issue, that root core limiting belief in my subconscious mind, in the nooks and crannies, in the crevices, right? That I'm not good enough. I said, okay. So let's look at the truth. What is the truth? The truth is I am good enough. I am. And then I said, okay, because then the mind said, no, not really. No, remember? I said, no, we're gonna think about a time when I really felt in my power. I really felt that connection with the divine that resides within me. That's what I'm going to call up in my memory. Because where's the memory? The memory is in the subconscious mind. And usually the other day I was talking about the subconscious mind, and immediately a memory came up. And what was that memory? It was something that was terrifying, right? Being robbed when I was 4 years old at the Bronx Zoo with my family. Terrifying. Why would that be the first memory that pops up in my mind? Because the brain is always scanning. It's always scanning for danger. It goes first to, are you safe? It's looking, refocusing, right? The primitive part of our brain, right? It's not activated here. It goes straight to the primitive part, right? So I said, okay. So I wrote a story. About how I am good enough. I wrote a story about how this the first day of this new experience is going to be for me, right? I wrote a story. So you might be saying, "Whoa, Red Melissa, you got a lot of stuff. You got a lot going on, girl. Girl, where'd you do all this?" This is what we do. It takes commitment. It takes vigilance. If we want to have the life that we desire, then this is what it takes, right? You find the tools that work for you and you use them. I found the tools that works for me and I use it. I didn't want to spend the rest of my week in distraction, in anxiety, in fear, in the vibration of not good enough. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. And so that's the invitation for all of us. Follow the feeling. Follow the feeling. There is a treasure that is waiting to be uncovered again. Again, because it's just a remembering. It's just a remembering. We forget. If our brains are refocusing 4 times in a second, then we have to be like, oh, we got to up it, right? We have to increase it. And so day 2 in the New York Times Fresh Start Challenge talks about snacks, right? It talks about exercise snacks. And so we're going to combine the exercise snack of day 2 with affirmation action. That's our snack, right? We're going to combine the two. So I want to share a little bit of day 2. So if you signed up for the challenge, you'll get each day, every day. I get mine through text because that's how I signed up. And so today is day 2, and it says, let's have an exercise snack. So keep in mind what I just shared with you, okay? I'm going to share a little bit of what they're saying. So they said an exercise snack is a short burst of movement you can do anytime, anywhere. You don't even have to change your clothes. The example they give is try 10 wall push-ups or jumping jacks. So right before SIP today, I came downstairs and I did 20 jumping jacks. Yes, I did. My producer's cheering me on in the background. I did 20 jumping jacks, and then I did downward dog pose. And as I was in my downward dog pose, that's a yoga pose, I was saying my affirmations. I breathe in. I am good enough. And I breathe out. Actually, I was doing I am good enough as I was in the pose, right? My affirmation snack, right? With my exercise snack. We could combine those two with the feeling. How are you feeling today? Oh, I'm feeling eager. Okay, get your eager self and do 20 jumping jacks. All right. Did the 20, got in the downward dog position, set my affirmation. That took all of, 2 minutes? Maybe 2 minutes. So they go on to say, an exercise snack can last for 20 seconds, a minute, or several minutes. And they share like scientific information about that you can read on your own. They said the key to getting the biggest benefit from exercise snacking is the shorter the exercise break, the more you should step up the effort. So what does that mean? So if you're doing a 30-second exercise snack, it should be something that's vigorous, right? Versus if you're doing something like a 5-minute exercise snack, it could be a little less vigorous, right? So this is the last part that I'll share. We've sort of been conditioned that exercise is this thing you do in a special place once you change into spandex. And it's very daunting for people. You can just be active, even if it means setting your watch to remind you to do some squats or wall sits for 1 minute after an hour of sitting. And then they gave some examples that you can use as your exercise snack. So please check that out. My go-to for my exercise snacks that I'm recommitting to, because let me tell you all a quick story. When I was at that job that we shall not name, that was like hell for me, and I would sit in the parking lot and cry because I didn't want to go inside, my purpose partner, Sekou, would say, and and there was a gym where I worked right there. I would walk by it, go into my office, right? Sekou would say, just do a minute. Just like do some jumping jacks. And so I started doing that. I would go in the gym and I would spend like a couple of minutes, either on the elliptical machine or, I would do some sit-ups. I would do something in my clothes, right? So I didn't change it to no spandex. In my clothes, in my heels sometimes. Sometimes I took off my shoes and I would do 5, 10 minutes. Sometimes I would just go in there for a minute or two. But I did something and it would shift things. Physiologically, it would shift things. And neurologically, it would shift things, right? Nothing outside changed. They were still crazy people. But what changed was me, right? I was able to like breathe a little deeper and feel less stress, right? So I know it works. And then, I stopped doing it. I left and I stopped doing it. But every now and then I'll tell Sekou, I did 20 jumping jacks today. So day 2 is perfect. It's a perfect day to day 2 to follow day 1. How are you feeling? With day 2, an exercise snack is a perfect flow. It's a perfect flow. So that's the information. That's the invitation and the information, y'all, right? Thank you, Lindsay. Great. It was, yes, it was something. So we're combining exercise snacks and decide what you're going to do. Like, say it now. My exercise snack is, put it in the comments. What is your exercise snack? It could be push-ups. You could do it right now, like right here, right? Up against the wall. Yes. Squats are good. Oh, I could do squats while I'm doing sip, y'all. Oh, yes. Get some squats in. Yes. Oh, yes. We could do this. We could do this. Yes. So what is yours? Just declare it now. Please put it in the chat. I'd like to know what your exercise snack is. And we're combining that with our affirmation, our incantation, your God quality that we are embodying for 2021, right? Yes. Do that push up and go, I am allowing. Do that push up and say, I am love. I am bliss. I am confidence. I am abundance. Whatever it is, I am connection. I am kindness. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's get it. What you're saying? Vanessa got her Peloton. Yes, 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 yes. So while you on that Peloton, girl, say your affirmation. Yes, yes. I do exercises meal. I do my exercises meal every morning while I do my, all right. Yes, see, Gladys is ahead of the game. She's already combined the two. Yes, yes, on her stationary bike. Yes. So this is the invitation. Standing burpees. All right, Day. Yes, let's get it in. Just add your affirmation. And remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. All right. So that's day 2, y'all. Exercise snack and your affirmation action. All right. All right. There we got it. We got it. Looking forward to day 3. If you haven't signed up, please do. It's really great information. And they're really short and they always have links if you want to take a deeper dive into anything that they're sharing. All right. It's the New York Times 10-day fresh start challenge. And it's on my I Am Red Melissa page. All right, y'all. So we're living life in joy. Yes, we are, because we are connected to our yes. We connected to our yes. All right. So all right. So I got to check in with Sekou today because he was a big part of a lot of stuff that happened in that story that I shared about going to the gym and doing jumping jacks. So Sekou, yeah, I know you got something.
You all can't see me, but I was in the green room like, yeah, I was hyped back there. I was hyped. Yes, so many things happened during today's sip that I want to comment on. So I can't comment on everything because it'll be a whole other show. So I'm just going to pick one thing. And I didn't get my text yet from the New York Times thing. What's it called?
The Fresh Start Challenge.
I didn't get my Fresh Start Challenge text yet. So all of this was a surprise to me. You talking about it. And I am so grateful to be validated by the New York Times. I'm so grateful to be validated by the New York Times because To me, I just make stuff up. And sometimes when I'm trying to explain something I made up to somebody, they just blink at me. Right? So this happened recently during, mid-pandemic. I was trying to explain the invisible gym to my friend Rush, and he was just blinking at me like, and I was like, all right, never mind. I'm not going to talk about it again. So I'm grateful to be validated. What I mean when I say invisible gym is I do what they say. Like some of you know that I do DoorDash deliveries. So I usually work the evening shift. So, dinner rush. And at each delivery, I will do some exercise, either outside or inside. So that might be jump rope. That might be doing crunches in the car, putting the seat all the way back and doing crunches. Or it might be doing, standing push-ups against the wall. But this is something that I do, and I call it the invisible gym because you do it and then you forget about it. Like if you just do 10, 15 reps in process of doing something else. So in my case, in process of going to pick up food, by the time I got the food, I forgot about the 10 reps that I just did in the car when I parked. Now, just because it doesn't take up much time. But then when I end the day, I feel like a little tension, a little soreness. I recognize, my body recognizes I have done something. Mm-hmm. And like you said, in my clothes, like it doesn't even matter what I'm wearing because the reps are so small, you're not going to work up a sweat or anything. And I also discovered that if I end my shift doing DoorDash with an exercise, then when I come in the house, I'm not tired. But I got to do it. Because if I don't do it at the very end of the shift, when I get to the driveway and when I come in the house, I'm tired and I got to sit around and recover and decompress. But if I go out there in that driveway and I do some jump ropes, then I'll be good. It brings my energy level up. So I'm grateful to be validated. I have to have my invisible gym validated by the New York Times. I know it works. I knew it worked before New York Times said anything about it. They probably stole it from me. So please, folks, just do it. Just incorporate it into something that you do. Instead of setting aside a time for it, fit it into something where your mind is already focused on something else. So in my case, focused on getting the food and then delivering it. So the fact that I'm doing 10 reps of something is really insignificant. I don't even think about it. It's just forgettable. So that's my invisible gym.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Sekou. And it's so if it works if you do it, right? Yeah, yes, man. Ain't that cool? The invisible gym. And in my case, I had an actual gym and I still wasn't going. But I did it. I finally said, no, something has to change. Girl, something has to change. So if you want something different, we got to do something different. That's just how it works. That is just how it works. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Diego. Yes. Giving the shout outs to you, Sekou. Yes, yes, yes. The behind the scenes, girl. The behind the scenes. All right, y'all. So y'all got your marching orders. Yes. If you choose, and it's a choice, make a conscious choice. Do your exercise snack with your affirmation action, right? Combining the two, day 1 and day 2. Look at the feeling, feel your feelings and follow the feeling, right? As we peel back the layers and see what's really at the root, right? And then we can heal that. We can remember. We can reveal the healing because really there's nothing to heal. That's a whole nother sip. But we can reveal the healing, okay, that is already within us. All right, y'all. Right. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and blessings. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.